So I think we're all here. Hello, seniors. I think most seniors are, I don't know how many parents are here. That's okay, because if you guys think back to not last year, but the year before and the year before and the year before, we do this in school, in the commons, and parents aren't here. So spread the word, tell your friends, tell your parents' friends, tell all your seniors' parents' friends, and everybody that we will send this out after Mr. Martin does his magic on it. So you guys can review it at any time. Take a few notes. If you have questions, put them in the question and answer. There is no chat. So put them in the question and answer. We'll answer all those at the end. So be patient with those. You guys should know everybody on the screen. If not, well, you've had 4 years. Well, except for Mr. McNeese, you might not know him, new AP. Oh, Dr. Baker's there too, another. So if you haven't been in school, and you haven't been in any meetings, you wouldn't know those two necessarily, but we are all here. We're going to get started. Mr. Womble, this is his show. So Mr. Womble, we normally save the best for last, but you're first this time.
As always. Can everybody see my screen? I can't see pictures. So can you see it? Somebody give me a verbal.
Got it.
We can see it.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to kind of cover a lot of stuff in this meeting regarding senior checkout, which is next Friday. A lot of things you can take get taken care of ahead of time, and then kind of an overall view of what graduation will look like. So first thing is senior honors night is next Wednesday, but the deadline to register is today at midnight. If you go into the Canvas class of 2021 Canvas announcements, there'll be an announcement about senior honors night. This is something to honor anything that you've done academically, scholarships, military enlistments, an athletic signing, any other kind of award you've received this year. This is the time to do that. And then there is a question as to whether or not you would like to attend in person or not, because we will have a brief in-person part. And then there'll be a video that runs after that that shows the information that people turned in. So please go fill out this jot form. Only about 25% of our seniors, an eighth of our seniors have turned this information in, and Ms. Sage is really trying to coordinate that. If you do attend, we want you to wear your cap and gown, get your money's worth out of it, and be at the PAC next Wednesday at 5:15. You'll come in the building. Only students will come in. The live stream will be posted so parents can watch from home. And then you'll have your temperature check. You'll come across the stage. Any awards, anything that we have to give you, we'll actually hand out at checkout. But if you want to attend, there's still time. If you filled it out prior to us opening and you said you didn't want to attend in person, but now you do, that is totally okay. Please show up. Okay. All right. Senior checkout next Friday. All checkout will be done in the East and West gyms. There won't be any reason for seniors to go to classes, anything like that. We'll do everything for checkout. You'll come in, park on the west side of the building, the PAC, come in the normal from student parking and do it. We are trying to be a little more efficient. And so we have broken down alphabetically when you should come, whether it's morning or afternoon. You see the checkout times. So we tried to split them up so each counselor would have about half the students come in the morning and half in the afternoon. If you can't make it at your time, that's okay. You can come at the other time. But you do need to check out. So in the morning from 9:30 to 11:45, CDE, FG, M, RZ. If that's your last name, you'll come in the morning. Everybody else will come in the afternoon, about 1:15 to 3:15. Just be prepared. This is not a 5-minute in and out deal. There's lines, there's a process. Just be patient. It does take time. So the sooner you get there, the sooner you get out. But don't come at 11:40 thinking you'll be done at 11:45, okay? The main areas that you'll be checking out and you'll have to get signatures in order to do that, there's a graduation survey It is in student view. If you go into your account and look under messages, you can go do that right now. So it's done. And then when you come to the school, you just get in line and get signed off and you're done with that. You have to request your final transcript. The same thing you can get done before we do checkout. If you come to checkout next Friday and you're in line and you haven't done this, you're going to have to get out of line, do it, and get back in line. So as much as you can get done ahead of time, please do that. That will help the process run smoother. Any fees that you owe to the library, any library books you need to turn in, any textbooks, you can start taking care of that now. Go to the library, get that taken care of in the next week. Even if you are a remote student, you would just come to the school, check in at the front office, get your temperature checked, and you can go turn your stuff in and settle any kind of fees that you need to do. Same thing with the cafeteria. If you owe money to the cafeteria from that freshman year and you bought a couple of meals that didn't get paid for, it's going to show up in your fees. So you can check that. When you go to the cafeteria, you must bring correct change. Okay? So you have to do that. They won't have change for you. Please have correct change. You will also need to get your technology checked in, calculators, computers, except if you're an AP tester. If you need to keep your technology until after you take your AP test, you're going to be exempt. We'll leave that blank and you just won't be able to fully check out, and you will not receive your diploma until we get the technology turned in. But if you're an AP tester, you don't need to get that signature on next Friday. Finance secretary, Ms. McWhorter, she'll be there. We'll have tables all set up in the West Gym, and you'll just get in line. She's kind of the next to last person you go to, because when you settled everything out, there's still some fees in your account you need to pay for. Please, please be aware. If you owe a book to middle school, you owe something to a middle school, you have to go back to that middle school to take care of it. We cannot do that. So hopefully you didn't come into high school with stuff owed for middle school. But if you do, you have to go there. You need to go and get all of these signatures taken care of. And then your counselor is the last person you will see. All the counselors will be in the West Gym, and we will be the last one. If you don't have all your signatures, do not come see us, except for the few the AP testers that need to keep their computers. So make sure you have this form. We'll have them there that day. You'll get them. You'll just get all your signatures checked out. If you do not check out, you will not walk for graduation. You must complete this process. We have to make sure everything is settled. And if you owe fees or anything to the school, you won't get your diploma. We won't send your transcripts to colleges or anybody else until that is all taken care of. That's next Friday. So just a refresher, in your student view account. Yes.
Mr. Wumble, 1 second. Did someone check one of us on our side about the graduation survey? There's quite a few questions in here that they can't see it or it's missing. Where do they look? Are you going to go through that?
Right now. Yeah, so it should be there under messages when you log into your account, messages. And when you go in there, it may have gotten buried below teacher messages and stuff. You're looking for something that says post-graduation survey. All of the important stuff for checkout will be put in the Canvas page. And one of those are the instructions for the post-graduation survey. So it will be there, I would say, by Friday if you're having problems. But there should be a message, and somewhere down it just says post-graduation survey. It's one question. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then also in your account, you can look for your fees in Student View to see what you owe ahead of time so that you're not surprised come next Friday. So that's just real quick but we will get the information on how to get to the survey, stuff like that, into the Canvas page. Getting your transcripts, go to LCPS's homepage, scroll down just a little bit. Right there, you will click on transcripts, and then you will select on Yatte High School. Hopefully, a lot of you have already done this, requesting transcripts for colleges, scholarships. just for yourself. So your account's already set up. You just need to go and request that final transcript so that we make sure we get it sent to the right place for you. So next Friday is checkout. The one thing that we have missed last year is what's called the senior walk. I hope that you have heard about this in the past, where seniors, once again, getting your money out of your cap and gown, you go to the elementary schools and you're able to walk through, and the kids get to see what it's like to be a big time senior graduating with their cap and gown on. Right now, under the circumstances, there's only one senior walk. It'll be at Sonoma, and they're inviting all the students. It'll be on Tuesday the 18th at 1 p.m. Okay, Sonoma Elementary School. They want you to arrive about 30 minutes early to get a wellness temperature check and make sure you wear your cap, gown, and mask for that event. So please make sure to attend that. Okay, then the next very important dates. May 19th, Wednesday, mandatory graduation rehearsal. If you don't attend rehearsal, you don't walk. That has been our process in the past. So when you get to the Field of Dreams, Mr. Shopacom's are going to bring up a map in a little bit to show you kind of where you're going to park. You're going to park the same place for rehearsal and graduation, but be at the Field of Dreams by 8 o'clock-ish on that Wednesday morning, because we need to get in and out because another school has their rehearsal at 11. So we'll be out well before that, but we just want to make sure we get everything done. You will come in from motel. It's the only way to get in the parking lot. You'll have to drive around the north side of the stadium. There's a little driving area over into the east parking, and then go down towards the south, because that's where you will enter the stadium at. And then on Friday for graduation, the 21st, you'll again, students, be there by 8 o'clock so we can get you lined up. You'll come with your cap and gown in hand. We have staff that do kind of a quick security check for you. And then you'll walk in that southeast entrance, which is near Toshiro. We'll do the lineup, and then you'll exit on the northeast side. There will not be any parent interaction at the stadium. Parents won't have access. So when you do graduation on Friday, we used to pass out diplomas in the rows. There's actually going to be tables set up, and you will go get your diplomas there. Parents will be released to go home. While you're doing that, you'll leave the stadium, get straight in your car, and head home. So parents won't be able to meet you at the stadium, get any pictures there. That'll all need to be once you get to your house. Okay, checkout and graduation. Who attends checkout? If you are graduating in May, or you are graduating in summer school, we still want you to check out next Friday, May 14th, so we get everything taken care of. Who will not check out? If you will not have credits to graduate this year and you will be returning to school next year, you will not be able to check out. You will go back to class and finish out this year and pass as many of your classes as you can. If you aren't sure, you need to get in contact with your counselor ASAP. We have been going over credits. We've been going over progress. There are quite a few concerns about students not graduating, okay? This isn't last spring where we gave you your credits at the end of the school year. If you didn't do any work this year, you're not going to graduate. So you need to make sure you get in touch with your counselor as soon as possible. Who attends graduation rehearsal and graduation? Only the May graduates. If you're a summer school graduate, you will not participate in graduation in May. There will be a separate graduation on July 1st for students who graduate in summer school. As of this time, it would be like an Oñate. We'll still have our own summer school graduation, but there is a discussion. It could be a one big time graduation at the Field of Dreams where all the schools, all their summer school graduates do that. We will get more information to you regarding that. But if you're not sure about your graduation status, you need to be contacting your counselor today and setting up a meeting to have a discussion. All right, Mr. Shopacom, do you want to talk about do's and don'ts or do nots, especially the do nots?
The do nots. No, just make sure everybody's here on the 14th. There was one question. I'm going to go back to that for just a second. Mr. Lucero, if you can triple, quadruple check on some of the sports. I think cheer leaves that day. So if you can't check out on the 14th, then plan on making arrangements to come that next Monday, and we'll take care of you on Monday. So besides cheer, Mr. Lucero, do you know of anybody else who would be gone on the 14th?
We have a track meet on May 14th, but it's here in town at 3:00, so we can do that before. Nothing.
So the track athletes could come check out in the morning.
Yeah. No, just cheer. They're going to state that morning.
Cool. So yeah, cheerleaders, if you're on or spread the word, just come Monday, come to the front office, and we'll take care of you one by one by one. Make sure you do that checkout on the 14th. Attend the senior walks if you can. Attendance for graduation rehearsal is mandatory. If someone can check and double check Dr. Baker or Mr. McNeese, it looks like the online AP US history test. Does that happen on the 19th at 8:00? If you can check that. If you have an AP exam, if you have, I think I got one email from one student that isn't going to make it. I believe we make arrangements for those. We don't do it for all of you. But if you're taking a test, you've made prior arrangements that you're going to be out of town, you email me probably months ago. We'll figure that piece out. But if somebody can check on the AP US and get back to me in a minute. Decorating your caps, you can decorate your caps, must be school appropriate. We will check them before you go in. But if you put the tape and that type of stuff on there, you're not going to have all kinds of stuff hanging off of them. Just the top of them with whatever tape. Again, it is a formal ceremony. Yes, it's outside. Not inside like the Pan Am, but it is a formal ceremony. So do take it seriously, and we've never had a problem before, so we don't want to start now. Nothing else can go on with your cap and gown as far as all this extra stuff. You're going to have your stoles, you're going to have your cords, and that's it. We are getting everyone a different silverish stole that will have their practice, all that good stuff. So again, it's a formal ceremony. Yes, it's outside. We're going to be a little more lenient on the dress code. I don't think we're going to have a problem because it's at 9 in the morning. So the temperature shouldn't be too bad. I think we're going to be okay. Good thing we're not at 1 o'clock or 6 o'clock that night. So I think we're going to be all right in the morning. We'll have plenty of water there prior to and all that good stuff. So, and we'll go over these at graduation practice again. For right now, I just see some questions in here, and let me run through a few of these questions so then we can knock some of out. Bring your own masks for that day. We are getting masks. I'm not going to say that they are here in our hands right now, but we're supposed to get masks. Everybody is going to wear the same mask. We got some that have a little logo in honor and memory of Dr. Trujillo with our school logo on the other side. So we will get those masks to you. We may wait till that day to exchange those out so we don't forget those. As far as, and this may be further on, but I'm going to talk about it now. So graduation tickets, we will hand out 16 to each student at graduation practice. So if you don't go to graduation practice, you don't get the tickets for your family, then we're kind of out of luck. So that's another reason to show up for graduation practice. But we'll have all those tickets ready to go at graduation practice for you. So make sure you show up there. Again, if you make prior arrangements, if you are taking a test, then we will figure that out. But 16 tickets. It was 8. We're doubling it to 16. our county is getting a little bit better, so we may be okay, but every student can invite 16, so you're gonna give 16 tickets, but you're gonna have to have a ticket to come in. Okay, so 1-6, everybody will get 16 tickets. Graduation practice, you really don't need to bring anything unless we have a few exchanges for caps and gowns. Mr. Womble, can you talk about that in a minute after I do some of that? So really graduation practice, it'll just be a few of you that will be exchanging caps and gowns. No, you do not need a ticket. Your ticket in is your cap and gown to get you to the east parking lot. So we'll make sure to get you onto that side. So yes, you get 16, you get to invite 16 people. So whoever those 16 tickets you want to give, and that's a lot better than 8. So we went to green, now we're in turquoise, but right now we're going to stick with 16. It may open up a little bit more, but right now 16 tickets, and whoever you give those 16 tickets to, we shouldn't have a problem. Cap and gown for practice, no. Mr. Womble will go over that with a few of you on maybe if you need to or whenever that happens, but really all you gotta do is make sure that you're there by about 8-ish so we can start lining up and do that stuff. It normally takes about hour and a half by the time we practice. It's a little bit different, it's outside. So how many for graduations? You get 16 tickets. We'll get those at practice. Mask, we talked about masks. We'll get you a mask. We'll probably give you it that day. So wear your own. Make sure you have your own for practice and all that good stuff. Again, that's 16 tickets for everybody. So just students will be allowed to enter the stadium if that's for practice, yes. But again, 16 tickets. It's going to be just like at the Pan Am outside. We're going to do everything pretty much normal. It's going to be a little bit shorter than normal. But so again, students, and I'll show you the map here in a second. We'll drop, parents might have to drop you off and you have to walk just a little bit on the east side, but again, 16 tickets. I'll say that about 25 more times. So yes, they can sit in the bleachers. Yes, if you miss graduation practice, you miss graduation, you still get your diploma. If you, I mean, people have gotten sick in the past and that type of stuff, but graduation time is 9 a.m. and on here it says be there at 8. Once I show you the map, please plan on being there earlier than 8 because there is one road in right now and kind of one road out. So it's going to take a little more time for that. No, if you're in summer school, you do not go to rehearsal. This rehearsal will have a special one for you. So yeah, we'll get that information to you only if you're going to graduate in May. So I would plan on
questions about trading out the gowns. If you are close or going to be a top 10% graduate, you will be the only ones that need to bring your gown. I would say check your school email Tuesday night. Grades and everything will be finalized probably Tuesday afternoon. And as soon as we have top 10% and everything, we will get that information out. So please check your student email Tuesday evening to know if you need to bring your gown or not.
Yes, graduation is 9 a.m. on the 21st. There's no school that day, so we will get all that information out. Everybody that doesn't have school on that day, so it'll be good. So yes, you can decorate. Sorry, I'm going to do a few of these before I get to the map, just so we can. So cheer again. You're going to check out that next Monday. If you have homework due, you need your computer, all that type of stuff, we can mostly check you out except for the computer. There are some with AP tests also. Cords and that type of stuff will be handed out when, Mr. Womble?
So it depends on the cords. Some will be given out at checkout. Students that get double gold cords for 3 AP classes or double white cords for 10%, they will be handed out at rehearsal. But other cords you might be receiving would probably be at checkout.
Again, we need to double check, triple check on that survey. Still lots of messages in here that they don't have it yet. So keep checking. Yes, you need a gown to trade it out. If you don't, you have to trade. So everybody got the same color for right now. You have to have the gown to trade it out. They're going to trade you and swap you for your new one if you're in that category. So make sure you have bought your cap and gown. If not, reach out to Gradzilla, one of your counselors. Make sure you get that done. Best thing about Gradzilla, this company, the fee or the charge hasn't gone up. You just pay your normal. So for practice, just come in your normal clothes. Even for graduation, just come normal, because we will check and double check and make sure you are all school appropriate. And then you'll put all your stuff on there. We'll have 6-7 teachers helping out that piece of it. So graduation practice, May 19th. You need to be there about 8 o'clock. If you're not there by 8:45ish, you're going to miss out. So that's the 18th. Yes, all that stuff will be given out at practice. Cords, all that good type of stuff. Graduation will be streamed. We'll get that link out to you. Normal years, there's a little bit more involved in graduation, but the graduation will be presentation of the colors. We have a special national anthem performance. We're going to do a speech. We're going to do another speech. We're going to read the names. Y'all going to turn your tassels, and that's about it. So it's going to be a little bit shorter than normal. Again, just to beat the heat and all that good type of stuff. So if you got your cap and gown, again, just make sure you bring it for graduation, and somebody that need to exchange can exchange it. So yes, you have to come to school to check out, because you have to bring all your stuff, get all your signatures in that piece. Again, we'll have one gym for sure, maybe 2 gyms, so we'll be socially distanced and all that type of good stuff. And Mr. Lucero is going to talk a little bit about that with prom and senior honors night and that, and then I'm going to reiterate again. So if you want to throw your cap, you can throw your cap. I would put your name on it because you're probably going to lose it, but that's up to you. Let's go to the picture, and then we'll get back to the questions, and I'll scroll through some of these. No, you don't need to bring your cap and gown. You don't need to wear it for practice. So this is an aerial view of the football stadium. On your screen, the left-hand side is the home side. When you come to a football game, that's the home side and the west side. And the right side of your screen is visitors. So when we're visitors, when we play local teams over there. If you go further to the right, those are the soccer fields over there. So if you've been to soccer fields are over on that. So right now, if you look kind of on the upper left-hand picture where that 292 is right there, right now, that is the only way into the stadium. There is one way in and one way out. So you either take the road in between the softball fields and Mayfield High School, which I believe is Bruins, correct? And otherwise you got to go to Picacho to get to Motel to get there. But as of right now, on May 5th, there is one way in and one way out. We're hoping they might have part of the road done on the south side where Toshiro is, and it might just be dirt. But they're still working on that piece, so there might be a couple ways to get in and out at that time. But as of right now, there's one way in, one way out. So graduation practice, I don't think we're going to have a problem. But come graduation, if you're running 10, 15 minutes late, you're going to get stuck in the traffic with parents and grandparents and all those people. I would plan on getting there early. We'll probably be up there set up. Mr. Lucero and I don't sleep, so we'll probably be there at 6:15 anyway, just so we're there, but plan on getting there early. And normal graduation guys at the Pan Am, we're there a couple hours early anyway. We just happen to hit the 9 o'clock graduation. So, you know, even if you're there at 7, you can just hang out. I'd rather be there earlier than running around and possibly getting put at the end of the line. So right now, again, access on motel is one way. And if that changes, we'll get something emailed out, messaged out, and all that good stuff. They may have some dirt areas open on the south side, but again, just plan on going early. Mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, if you guys are listening, plan on coming a little bit early so you can park over there on the west side. So all parents, everybody will be parking on the west side, students and staff on the east side. At graduation practice, we will line up the field just like we do at the Pan Am. So parents will tell your kiddos at graduation practice what side they'll be sitting on. It's a little bit different than the Pan Am because you're not going to be able to see them as well as in the stadium, but there will be seating for spectators on the east side. You're just going to have to walk inside the stadium, but the only access for parents, grandparents, everybody, any guests will be on the west side. There'll be a gate on the north and the south to get in. So there'll be 2 gates to get in. You can always cross to the other side, kind of around the field. So any questions on that? At practice, we will go over. So we'll have different areas inside the stadium because no parents will be allowed like in the stadium on the field area. We'll have 4 different locations for diplomas to pick up diplomas. And then you're going to exit out the one way. But again, we'll go over that at practice. You're going to go out the northeast, the top right, the football stadium. You're going to exit out there, go to your cars, and then vamonos. Again, if you are here as a parent, grandparent, whoever, we are asking, and we will message this out too, is as soon as graduation is done, please exit the stadium and leave. Get the traffic going because you're not going to be able to cross over to the other side and do what we normally do at the Pan Am is take time and hug and take pictures and all that type of stuff. You're going to have to find a different area to do that. Plus, there's another graduation after ours. So we're just going to ask that if you are coming to graduation, that as soon as the ceremony is done, you just kind of head on out and try to help with traffic. So everybody right now is going to enter up there where that 292 is. Students, you're going to follow that green all the way back. And then we will have somebody there to check to make sure you're a graduate to get back to the east parking lot. And again, any visitors, parents, grandparents, all that good stuff is they're going to park on the west side. Yes, graduation practice is the same thing. So graduation practice, a little before 8, go to that 292 and come into the stadium, and we'll be there to check. If you're getting dropped off for graduation, if you look at that green line, there's a green line there. We'll have somebody check. You might have to walk little ways to get to that, but parents can turn around or drop off right there and then turn around. There's a little parking lot up above the football stadium there, kind of where the curse right up there. So they can turn around there and then go back to the west side to park. So the ceremony should be about an hour 15, hour and a half this year. It's normally 2 hours, but we cut out quite a little bit. So it's going to be a little bit shorter. Yes, practice is on the 19th. Oh, you can take anything into the stadium with you. As far as graduates and that type of stuff. Specific order. Yes, there is a specific order, and that's why you need to show up on May 19th for practice so we can make sure that you do get lined up. If you do show up late, we already shifted you around and made all the seat arrangements. If you're at practice, you may just get bumped to the back of the line and you'll be one of the last ones to cross the stage. You're still going to cross the stage, but once we do those names and do the lineup and set all that piece, we're not going to go back and do it again because it takes quite a while to arrange that. We have a system down, so if you are late to graduation, once we start moving, or graduation practice, once we start moving students around and you're late and you missed it, you'll still be able to walk because you showed up to practice, but you may not be in your alphabetical type area because we already shifted those around. So yeah, pretty much wherever you want to in the bleachers, they're going to have things marked off. All that good stuff. So carry your cap and gown to graduation. Again, we're going to check anyway, so just carry it. As far as carrying a baby and all that stuff, I won't worry about a ticket for them. If you're carrying a little baby, they'll be fine. So bring your cap and gown. Again, check your email that night before, Mr. Womble, as far as bringing your cap and gown to maybe exchange. But you have to do that. Yes, there are AP cords, all that good stuff. Bilingual seal, all those goodies will be handed out at graduation practice. So again, if you don't show up to graduation practice, you're going to miss it on all that stuff, and it's really hard to do at graduation practice or graduation day because we're all running around trying to get stuff done. So the anonymous person, if you're not sure you want to come in, please send Jay Shopicom an email, anonymous in there. Please, about the signatures and the checkout, please email me. We will figure something out. So as far as the stage goes, the stage will be on the north end. So all those little white buildings, those are the locker rooms and all that type of stuff. That is the north side. So right underneath the LCPS, probably at the, I don't know, I'm not an athlete. Just kidding. Somewhere in between the 0 and 5 or 10 yard line, probably middle CP, just outside the end zone is where the stage will be set up. Lucero, I'll double check, but I don't think dogs are allowed into the stadium, correct? I don't think that's never had that, unless it's a service dog, anything like that.
No, dogs are not allowed in the stadium.
Yep. So if you drop off your kiddos, they will be coming out the northeast. They'll just kind of have to walk around, and there's a way to get to you, the west parking lot. You'll just have to meet up after. They'll sneak out. Everybody's going out the north, as far as students out the northeast. So they'll kind of have to walk that green a little bit and find you on the west side. Yes, children need a ticket. I would say babies, if you're carrying them, won't. But if you have children, they're going to count as part as your 16. So again, senior survey, just keep checking your email and the messages for the senior survey. I don't know if it's not in there, if they're having problems about that. But graduation practice, be there by 8. We should be done about 10:15 with graduation practice. And then we have some other fun stuff that Miss Savage will talk to you about. Students will be facing north, right? They'll be facing, yes, facing north.
Rows will be lined up side to side.
They'll be facing north. They'll be facing the top LCPS there. Yep. So facing north. So yes, there are cords for AP classes, all that good type of stuff. You got questions, call us. Again, email me, Jay Shopicom, about the 14th. If you got issues, talk to your counselor. We have to figure out something we can. Be at practice at 8 o'clock. What else? Nope. First come, first serve as far as the bleachers and coming in, all that good stuff. Let me answer a few of these because I got to sneak out here in a little bit. Oh, I can't sneak out because I'm
Mr.
Not to make somebody
Shopcom,
else the host. Yep.
one of the questions, and I accidentally typed the wrong answer in it, so it probably disappeared. Senior panoramic pictures. I know they're asking about that.
So senior panoramic, before we went into green and all that type of stuff, we already had a company working on putting all your pictures together. So there will be something, hopefully that'll be done here shortly, but they were actually making a panoramic with your senior portraits. So that's the way we and another high school decided to keep it, because they already worked on it. We didn't get to green till last week, but again, we already had that company working on that prior to, so we didn't even schedule that just in case. And that kind of brings me to my next piece, and I know Mrs. Lucero will talk about this, and then we'll let Jamie talk here and Miss Savage talk here in a second. But with all this type of stuff, guys, we got to be careful. Yes, I know we're probably going to be in turquoise and things are opening up and all that type of stuff, but again, we're limiting some of this stuff because as far as we are all concerned, I'm sure as far as all you are concerned, the number one thing that we're trying to safeguard is graduation. If you're at these events, you're with a pod, you're with a different group, something happens where you have to quarantine, you have enough time now where you can 10-day quarantine and still make graduation. It would just be horrible if something, I mean, look at 3 state basketball teams that made it to the playoffs, didn't get to play their game because they had so many quarantine, or the team had to quarantine or something like that. So our number one priority, our number one thing on the board has been graduation. It's going to continue to be graduation. Yes, I know we might be turquoise. I think that's coming. We're green right now. But again, we don't want anything to jeopardize this ceremony for the seniors. And with that, Mr. Lucero, if you want to talk about prom and that sort of stuff.
One more question. I got a text about in the stadium, will families be able to sit on both sides, or are they
Yes.
limited to just both sides?
Nope. You can sit on both sides, but everybody's going to enter on the west side, and then you can walk through on the south side inside the stadium. There's a little gate area there around where the wall of fame is to get to the other side. Yep.
Really, for prom, go ahead.
Fat heads and signs for graduation, Mr. Shopcom.
In the stadium and all that stuff, that'll be up to whatever we'll get that. But they've always had them, always allowed it, so it hasn't been that big of a deal as long as they're not ruining the view of somebody else. So
And if you're going to be a summer school graduate, you do not go to rehearsal or graduation. You will have a separate ceremony July 1st.
Yep. Do Lucero.
Yeah, I was just going to mention the same thing you did, that we still have to be diligent and be safe. The last thing we'd want you to experience is a 10-day quarantine, 2 or 3 days out from graduation, because that would be heartbreaking. So continue to remind everyone to be safe, wear masks, social distance as much as possible. The magic date, I think, is May 11th. That would be the 10-day window right there. Anything after the 11th is where you would fall into that 10-day window. So just a reminder when talking about prom, and we're not trying to discourage prom at all. We think you guys deserve it. I know Miss Savage and a lot of her students have been working really, really hard to make sure it's a possibility. But you guys have to prioritize what's most important to you and your family. If something were to happen on prom, then you would definitely miss graduation. Okay, just had to throw that out there. Not trying to scare anyone. Don't want to do that. But we have to be real with you. That's the one disclaimer. The other thing was, I know we had discussed the squares, and it's kind of hard in this format to discuss without being able to unmute, but the squares where dancing partners would be stuck in a square. Is that correct, Mr. Shopcom? Is that still?
Yes, we're going to have certain areas, so it'll be more like not the entire prom would have to quarantine, but if you stay in your square with those, it'll be that small group. So we'll have different areas for small groups to be in. Yes, we're in turquoise. I get that. But again, if something were to happen and everybody's close together, then the whole senior class, and then we're going to have 10 people walk across the stage. So we're going to have certain areas for certain people. You're going to be asked to stay there. And if you don't stay there, then we'll ask you to leave. And that's really the only reason, guys, is because if 98% of you are doing the right stuff, we have a couple that decide not to. We're not going to penalize the whole group. So you're going to be in certain areas, certain locations. It's going to be fun. There's enough area out there. Miss Savage, like Mr. Lucero said, has been working on it with, like, I think it'll be cool. It's going to be outside. It's going to be fun. So, but again, we just got to be careful because, again, we're not trying to, no political statements, no anything like that. We're trying to preserve graduation. Yes, things are going the right way. But again, if you do something silly at prom and then you got a quarantine, like, there's nothing we can do. I mean, it says 10 days, so we're just kind of stuck. So, again, be diligent, be careful on everything that you're doing.
We just ask that that everybody understand that it's not going to be a normal prom as in the past. Okay, so there are some exceptions, and the more we follow rules, and we do pride ourselves with following some of those rules and helping to contribute to the county going green and then turquoise by doing a lot of this. So I like to kind of reference sports, and we can see the finish line right there. And like Mr. Shopcom has said, we have been eyeing graduation for quite a while now, and that's a big one for a lot of you seniors. So make sure we hit that finish line. And then I think Miss Savage can talk more about the details of prom, and I'll let her go ahead and right now.
Hi guys, so I'm Mrs. Savage. I'm this year's student council sponsor. Sorry, it took me a minute how to unmute myself, and then I was answering a question in the chat. So we do have a prom scheduled. So just like Mr. Lucero and Mr. Shopcom said, we have been working with the school district to ensure social distancing and proper safety measures, and we've submitted the proper paperwork to the school district for it to be approved. So we will have prom on Saturday, May 15th. It'll be from 7 p.m. to about 11:30ish, 11:45. I will be selling tickets for my classroom up in J212. I know some students have messaged me saying that they are remote. I'm going to try to set up a table starting Thursday, tomorrow, near the front office during lunchtime. From 12:15 to 11:45. So then that way, if you are remote, you can just come in right there through the front office doors and then purchase your tickets from me right there. And then if you guys have any questions, you can always email me. My email's up on the screen, jsavage@lcps.net. So tickets are for singles, it's $15. For a couple, it's $20. We cannot sell any tickets at the door because we have to ensure we're within the capacity limit range. So tickets will be on sale from now until that Friday before, May 14th. And then also the first 30 kids that bring in a case of water, you could go to Walmart, buy a $3 case of water. If you bring it, I'll take $10 off your ticket price. And right now, I believe only 3 kids have brought in water. So that's something that you can still do. So just like Mr. Shopcom, Mr. Lucero said, we will have prom outside. So then that way, it's properly ventilated. We've measured out, we will have measured out the floor to ensure social distancing. The wearing of masks will be required of all staff and students there. Also, as students come in, they will have a wellness check done. They'll have their temperature check done, just like how they do during the regular school day, to ensure, that they're feeling well. And then also for guests, if students would like to bring a guest from another school, they'll need to obtain a permission slip. And they can get that from me or from the front office. So guests can be from another high school, would have to be approved by their administrator, and then that permission slip would need to be turned into us by that Friday the 14th. So then that way we can verify that that student is in good standing. If a student recently graduated, like say last school year, they may attend with you. They will still need to have a permission slip. They will still need to have their former high school administrator sign off on it. And it'll need to be turned in, and they cannot be over 20 years old. So that means like 19 years or younger. And then also you and your guest will need to bring a photo ID. Doesn't have to be a school ID, just any photo ID as you guys enter prom, so we can verify identities. All right. And then I believe on the next slide, I've also had a few kids. We're going to, because it's a little bit limited, we're going to kind of limit the prom court to just prom king and queen. And for seniors to run only, Oñate seniors to run only. So there's a Google form link. You can email me and I can send it directly to you. You'll need to sign in with your school account to fill out the Google form. So instead of previous years of nominating someone for prom king or queen, we want to make sure that the student is in attendance at prom. So we will not have nominations. It's just if you would like to run, you may click on this Google form here. So then that way you guys can fill it out. I'll have your information and then we will put your name on the voting ballot. And then at prom, we'll have different signs kind of set up with like the QR codes. So you can just scan them with your phone. It'll take you to the new Google form where you can cast your vote. And then prom king and queen will be announced at prom. And on our next slide, we also, our student council students are encouraging for school spirit participation. They have created a prom spirit week that will take place next Monday through Friday. These are the different dress up days. If you post your pictures and tag our student council Instagram account, which is the Night Stuco, you have a chance to be entered in a raffle for a free Oñate t-shirt. And then, so I think that's all kind of for prom. So let me kind of look through here. Okay, so this is also our student council account. You guys can also DM us questions through there. It has all of these slides that we showed you about prom. So then that way you guys can check it. We'll have kind of up-to-date information or extra details and things like that. And then we also have another upcoming event. So I know traditionally we do a senior sunset, but it has not been approved quite yet by the school district. So what we are going to do is we're going to replace our senior sunset with a senior movie matinee. And so I have contacted Allen Theaters so that Wednesday after graduation rehearsal, so our graduation rehearsal is that morning, then Wednesday the 19th at 1 o'clock, Allen Theaters Telsure 12 will be reserved just for us, just for Oñate seniors only. Tickets will be $5. Student council is trying to see if we can raise some more money to put down, and maybe hopefully like the first 50 or 60 students can get in free, or maybe we could reduce the price or something. We're still kind of working on that part, but then that way we thought that would be kind of a fun event for seniors as well. They would have several theaters open for us. So then that way it's just Oñate seniors. We can still make sure that there's spacing for social distancing. And we thought it'd be kind of a cool event because, you know, the inside of the theaters have been closed down for, you know, over a year. And then we thought that would also be kind of a nice last senior event to do before graduation. And then there'll be also like in the various theaters that they'll have open, there'll be different movies playing. So then that way you guys also have your kind of choice of movie to go and see. And let me kind of scroll through here real quick just to kind of look at the questions for prom. Sorry, let me make my pictures. let me see. I'm not quite sure if I can send. Are you asking about the link for Prom King or Queen? Just if you email it to me or email your request, and then I will type my email, and then that way I can send you the Google form link if you would like to run for Prom King or Queen.
Yeah, we had planned to put these links in the chat, but then the chat wasn't here. So when it's posted to Canvas, there'll be a sheet in there that has all of the links in it. There'll be a file that has all the different links that you can access.
Yep. As far as tickets, you can anytime from 8 to about 3:30, just come to the front and we can help you out there. If you want to donate money for the movies, again, just come to the front of the school and we will absolutely help you out on that. There's a variety of movies. We'll get that posted as far as 2, 3, 4 different movies. Yearbooks for everybody steal for yearbooks. No, it's not going to be at senior checkout. It's probably not going to be until June-ish because we are still putting it together. It's going to be later and you don't really look at it right away anyway. But yeah, yearbooks will be done, but they're probably not going to be till June-ish. So you got to be patient with those. But with pictures just getting done, we're going to try to get some, hopefully some graduation stuff or, anything like that in there. Graduation Zoom link. The link will come out, but really you just got to go to lcps.tv and then it'll show up there, but we'll get that out prior to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever all those things are, sending out via email. But we'll get that link out. Again, if you're staying online for school, want to come get tickets anytime after 8-ish, you can come to the front. We'll send all this stuff in an email. We'll send all this stuff to parents, students again. It'll be revisited at graduation practice. So if you have questions about fees, call the school, ask for Miss McWhorter. She'll help you out. Talk to your counselors. They can help you. Yes, the graduation will be live streamed at 9 o'clock that day. Again, we'll get you out the link. Really, you just go to lcps.tv, but we'll send that out, message that out. They do them all in the same spot. So a kind of normal graduation outside and 9 o'clock, so it'll be good.
Ready? Are we going to talk about senior honors night or another time?
They did a little bit, but senior honors night, right now we're still going to live stream and do all those pieces. Check for more information. Again, with things changing every day, we may change that. But it's Wednesday, so we have a whole week to message that out. I don't know what the best way. I don't know. I'm trying to protect, and then you bring others. So right now it's going to be live streamed. The seniors are going to come in. We'll send out that information. We kind of talked about that right at the beginning. So textbooks, bring to the front of the school or whenever you can, get those done now. Senior honors night.
Any fees or anything you can do ahead of time. Come to the school, to the front office.
Yep. Senior honors night. No, we're not going to give out the cords. Most of the cords, we do that all at graduation practice. Oh, practice is before. No, it's after. Sorry.
Mrs. Ortiz wanted me to remind that if you are ordering your transcripts this month, that they will not be processed or sent out until they become official. And that process usually takes till the first couple of weeks of June. So order your transcripts early, but they will not be sent out until they become official, which will be the first couple of weeks of June.
There are cords for bilingual, there's cords for band, there's cords for all kinds of stuff. So you're in any club, organization, honor society, AP cords, all that good stuff. Question about AP exam, call the school, will help you out. If you're on there was a fee kind of reduction change. We're working on that with, since we're a Title I, so call the school, will help you out with that. Again, cords you get for all kinds of reasons. Any other questions? Prom is going to be in the back by the commons outside on the patio.
No, you do not need your transcripts for checkout. You will just request them online. That's all you will have to do.
You're getting cords, all that good type of stuff. You'll know, or you will have known. Computers that you use, as long as you bring it back and it's not in 25 pieces, we just get rid of that fee on your thing. So senior checkout, 95% of you'll be done on the 14th. The rest of you coming in that Monday, and really that's just cheer. So for exams, just come to the school, the front of the school. You can do it at checkout. I do it sooner, so you don't have to waste all that time. But
you can request your transcripts on Canvas at the class of 2021 page. On the navigation bar, there's something over there that says transcripts. You can do your transcript request there now.
Yep. As far as students coming in, so you might be able to see the students walk in a tiny little bit, but they're really going to come in on the south end by the goalposts, or they're not going to really walk on the track. So you'll see them a little tiny bit, but not really, just like at the Pan Am. You'll see them walk down the center of the aisle. Again, come to school for paying for the exams. Last day for senior checkout is really the 14th, unless you make arrangements and you're cheering up at state. Again, call the school about the fee, AP fee, and all those type of fees. We can look it up and help you out individually. ACT scores. It's act.org, whatever they signed up on, right? The scores will be there.
You have to log into your ACT account online and your scores will be there.
Yes, if you guys check out, you're doing a review for your AP exam with teacher, we can make arrangements for that piece. Checkout times for May 14th. We'll send that out an email, but Mr. Walmo, can you just read those real quick? Last name. Yes, you just pay your fee in the office. Yes, we'll send out more information on Canvas, and the parents and all this stuff will go out in Canvas and an email, all that good stuff. So you get it a few more times.
Yeah. So yes, reminder for checkout times on the 14th at 9:30. C, D, E, F, and G, M, R, and Z all will come in the mornings. A, B, H, I, J, K, L, N, M, O, P, Q, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, you will be in the afternoon, unless track, or I'm not sure when cheer leaves. If you need to come in the morning, you can come early and check out.
Again, we'll email that to the students. We'll email it to all the seniors. We'll email it to all the senior parents. We'll post it in Canvas. We'll remind here at school, all that good stuff. So yeah, if you need to review for an exam, absolutely.
If you go to the class of 2021 Canvas page and go to announcements, there's already information about honors night sign up. There was something else. I totally lost it. But look in the announcements in the class of 21 page also. Whoo!
And Mr. Wong will have one more thing to announce. Can I announce it really quick? So Mr. Lucero just sent me some awesome information. So we have a class ring package that we can raffle off as well. So from Gradzilla, they're the company that's doing all of our graduation cap and gowns. Mr. Lucero just sent me that information that we do have a free class ring package that we can raffle off. So please follow our student council Instagram. We'll kind of get the details. We'll kind of look it over and work it out. And then we'll have something posted tomorrow about how you guys can participate in the raffle. And then like when the winner will be announced. And so I believe it's on the flyers that are being posted on your Canvas class of 2021 page. It has the flyer that has our student council Instagram name. So then that way you guys can kind of look, and then we'll post more details about that raffle. And then we'll also kind of post more information on the class of 2021 once we get that raffle set up. But very
That's
exciting.
awesome.
Thank you, Mr. Lucero. Thank you,
Awesome.
guys.
Graduation survey, student view under messages. Graduation survey, student view under messages. If it's not there, keep checking. We will send something out when, I don't know if they're having issues sending it out or if it's not quite there yet, Wamba, but we'll check on that. So, the last name S, when do they come, morning or afternoon? You're on mute. I can't read lips. S, you're still on mute. Can't read lips.
Morning.
Morning. So there you go.
A.M.
Cool. We'll hang out for another minute or so. Otherwise, we're going to shut down. You got questions, call us. We'll see you, hopefully, a lot of you tomorrow, some of you tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We will send this out later on, I hope. Principal Galaz, we answered all your questions. Have a wonderful day. If not, give us a call and we'll take care of it. Can't wait for that senior walk. It's awesome. This meeting will self-destruct in 5, 4, 3. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. See y'all later.